Alright, so look, bro. Today I'm finna be telling y'all the story about the time that I ran from the police on Xanax, right? And I ain't even finna sugarcoat this, bro. Y'all should not be doing this shit. I'm not saying all this stories to condone what I did or to say it's any type of way, but I just wanted to start the video by saying don't do anything that I do in these videos. I'm a fucking idiot, bro. Don't take anything I say seriously, right? But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video. So I was probably about 14 in this video, 14, 15, because I remember when this happened, it was about winter time in my freshman year of high school, right? And so to preface the story, to start it out, right, like most stories, it started at my high school. Now, at the time, I had a pretty good friend named Brian, right? And I'm just going to be straight up honest, bro. Brian was a badass little kid. He was not a good influence, right? Brian come from a broken ass home. He lived about a town and a half away from me, but Brian's pretty chill, right? He's a nice dude. He's nice to me. We play games together. We even hung out once or twice outside of school, right? And you know, you got work and school friends. They ain't really your real friends, but that was different. Me and him hung out a couple times, right? Brian is into some other shit other than weed, right? I mean, this kid used to come to school on like 2 or 3 tabs of acid multiple times a week. He'd be fucked up on Molly, like pills and shit, X pills, all types of shit. At the school I went to, right, we'd all go to the math boys' bathroom during lunch to go hit our shit, like jewels and vapes and shit. I remember the soaring air and all them nasty ass spitting pods. Now y'all kids got all the dispos now. It's completely different, but shit, back in my day we had to deal with spitting pods. Sorry, I didn't mean to get too sidetracked, but anyway, all of us would go, we meet up in the boys' math bathroom, right, in the math wing, and we'd all get fried, hit our vapes, do what, blah blah. So this particular day, I had texted Brian in the morning asking that if he could get me some new jewel pods, right? Because, you know, I wasn't 21 and the law was still 18 back then, but I didn't really know anyone, and I knew he did. So I was just like, yo, bro, if I throw you 20 bucks, could you, get me a pack of pods? And he said, yeah, bro, that's what's up. Like, I'll meet you today. I told him I want the mint ones, right? And this was back when Jewel had mint, mango, fruit medley, like all that going, right? And so I got the cool mints, bro. I'm feeling hype. I was out of nicotine. I'm about to have some pods, bro. It's about to be a good day, right? So I walk up in the bathroom and I dap my man Brian up, right? I dap him up. I put the new pod in. I'm hitting that bitch. I let him hit it a couple times, which, that's the real homie, bro. If I just bought some shit off you and I let you hit it, yeah, bro, that's a homie, right? We get to talking a little bit, and Brian mentions to me that he just so happens to have a couple little football Xanax pills from his grandma's medicine cabinet, right? At this point, I think I'd taken Xanax before, but you know how Xanax be, bro. It fucks with your memory. So I honestly can't remember if this was my first time or not. Anyway, we get to talking, and he tells me that he's only trying to get $15 for 4 footballs, right? Which you don't know, a football is a 1 milligram little blue circle Xanax, right? And I just so happened to have another 20 on me that I wasn't using for anything and didn't really have a need for because I already had weed. And so I just said, you know what, bro, fuck it, throw me the footballs. And I threw him the 20, got 4 little footballs, and I put them in my pocket, right? Fast forward throughout the day, me and Brian went our separate ways. I got these pills on me, and I started making plans after school. Me and probably 9, 10 other kids that I didn't really know too well. We were all just kind of knew each other through classes and different friends. It was kind of like 2 friend groups mashed together, you know what I'm saying? But we all decided that we're going to go to the town's Boys and Girls Club, which is like a little skate park, like little teen hangout spot, right? Every town kind of got one. So it's a bit of a hike from the high school, right? It's probably like 20, 30-minute walks, little ways, you know what I mean? And so we're all walking, about 10 of us, and we decided to stop at this girl's house, right? And this girl's house, bro, I'm going to be honest, she ain't even that important, so I'm not going to give her a name, but this girl's house was a fucking trap house, bro. It was absolutely disgusting. And I'm not saying nothing against people that live in Section 8, right? I grew up in Section 8. You can still take care of your house and still be poor. There's no excuse for just having a dirty house because you don't take care of it. And that's what this was. This was a trap house, bro. They selling drugs out of here, and the parents were on drugs, right? Anyway, without getting too sidetracked, we end up smoking at this girl's house, and I'm very uncomfortable there because I barely know anyone there. It's just a gross place. I'm like sitting uncomfortably in a chair in a corner. It's not even really a chair. It's like cardboard boxes stacked. You know what I mean? And I get to thinking, bro, what helps with anxiety is Xanax. And I'm feeling a little anxious. So your boy decides he's going to pop 2 little footballs of the 2 milligrams, right? So I'm on 2 milligrams of Xanax after this. I pop them bitches down the hash, swish them down with some water. It's all good, right? We all get smoking. We get high. We start feeling better, you know. We're all ready. And then we all decide it's probably, you know, time to get up and start moving. So we all file out of the house. You know, it's about 9, 10 of us. I think a couple people left at this point. So it's probably about 5, 6, 8 of us. And we get to walking, right? And so we're walking, and we're literally, it's been like 20 minutes. We're literally like within earshot of the Boys and Girls Club, right? We's literally like probably 100 yards away from it, right? And we see this girl that they knew, right? I didn't know her. I didn't know who the hell she was, but a couple of my other friends did, right? So she pulls up in a car next to us, which none of us got a car yet, so this is cool, right? So we walk up to the window. She's dapping people up, like saying what's up, right? We're all hitting each other's vapes. We're passing them back and forth. And one of the girls that I was hanging out with goes and rips this massive cloud out of the girl that pulled up Box Mod, right? Right when she did that, bro, and exhaled the cloud, a fucking state trooper just happened to be pulling around the corner and saw a whole group of kids surrounding a car all hitting vapes, right in front of the Boys and Girls Club. And so obviously bro pulls up behind the car and hits the cherries and berries, right? He hits the lights. We're kind of like a deer in headlights, bro. We all just kind of stand there and start looking at each other. All of a sudden, one of my friends just screams, "Run, bro!" And without thinking, everybody just splits, bro. Everyone takes off in different directions. We're fucking booking it, bro. And I run to this parking garage, which is like right next door, right? And I start booking it up flights of stairs, right? I'm hauling ass, right? And I have one of my friends and then this kid that I don't know named, we'll call him Billy, right? He was following me too, right? And we all get to the top of this parking garage and we're looking over and we realize, oh shit, they're really chasing us, bro. There's like 2 more units parked down at the bottom and they're all out on foot. They're taking this very seriously, right? So we start to get panicking, right? And I still have like 3 xans in my pocket, 2-3 xans. And so I think, fuck this, bro. I'm not going to get caught with this shit. So I immediately just pop them bitches in my mouth and dry swallow them, right? Just swallow with no water. Scratch the shit out of my throat, but who fucking cares, right? We're at the top of the parking garage, right? There's no way to get down from the parking garage except for going down a floor or going down all the way to the bottom floor. Because there's like, how the parking garage was set up is there's half of it's at street level and then the other half's at another street level, which is like a block up. So it's like a 2-level 2-exit garage, right? I'm kind of nervous at this point. I'm creeping down the stairs. As I'm turning the corner to the top level exit, all I see is a cop running through the entrance, right? And so I start booking it down the fucking stairs, right? I'm running as fast as I can, tripping over myself, and I end up fucking jumping off like the 2nd story railing, like to avoid this dude, right? And I fucked my leg up doing it. I like twisted my ankle real bad. I'll throw a photo up on screen of what the spot that I jumped from looks like. I'll go to Google Earth and take a picture of it. But so I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I completely forgot to take a photo of this. So here's me going back in post and showing y'all right over here. Here's the Boys and Girls Club that I was talking about, and actually right behind where I'm looking right now, like where that Toyota Tacoma is, that's where we parked up and were caught. And then over here is that parking garage that I was talking about running to. And then, believe it or not, up here where my cursor is right now, that's where I fucking jumped from and landed in that pile of grass underneath down there and really fucked my whole ankle up. But yeah, it's fucking high up, bro. So I fell, I hit the ground, I twist my leg, and I turn around and I look behind me at the staircase that I just jumped from, and there's 3 cops running down them, right? So adrenaline kicks back in, I get back up, I fucking book it across the parking lot, across this bridge, across town to where like this co-op is. I'm still running. At this point, they stopped chasing me because they seen the other dude that I was hanging out with that I didn't really even know because he was slower, and they started chasing him, and then they got distracted. It was a whole thing. But I just started booking it, bro. And at this point, it's just me. So I'm just booking it, running back through alleyways, trying to get as far away as I can, right? Perfect timing. My mom ends up ringing my phone, right? She's calling me over and over and over again. So I finally pick up when I'm away from this shit, a couple blocks away, and I say, hey, what's going on? Try and play it cool. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like, hey, I'm leaving work. Do you want to ride home? Like, I'm in town, blah, blah, blah. Perfect timing, bro. I could say, yeah, I'm by the co-op. Will you just come pick me up here? Blah, blah, blah. Call me when you're outside. So I go into this business, the co-op, right? And I just sit in the bathroom until my mom calls me. And the second I get the phone call, I just run out there and I hop in the passenger seat. And boom, got away scot-free, dog. She took me all the way home. Never had to deal with it. And a couple of my friends ended up getting caught. 2 or 3 of them ended up getting not charged, but like taken home by the police and like lectured and shit. But I don't think anyone got any real charges over it. But yeah, I know it's kind of a rambling video. I'm recording this pretty late, man. It's about 3:20 in the morning, and I'm off a bunch of Dilaudid hydromorphone right now. So if I'm a little delirious and tired, and some of this doesn't sound the best, I apologize. But it's only my second video ever, and pretty tired and messed up. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure to subscribe and comment your favorite part. I don't know what you want to hear next. Click the notification bell and leave a like and all that good stuff. Anyway, have a good day. Peace.